What is going on, guys? Today we got a brand new video with the Mazda Speed 3. It's been recently about the Mazda 3 recently, so today we're gonna give the Mazda Speed 3 some love. Today's a bit of a strange video, must I say. Normally someone wouldn't do this, but as you guys know, I've been kind of chasing the 09 Mazda Speed 3 spec, so the glossy black trim, the black seats and stuff like that. And everything's done except the seats and the instrument cluster. What a lot of you guys might not know is that in the instrument cluster, besides all the piano black trim and the black seats and everything being black, from the 07s compared to the 08.5s to the 09s, the 09s and the 08.5s actually had white speedo dials, I guess you would call them. They're a clear color, and on the 07s they have red see-through. And so instead of this being a clear see-through, the ones in my Speed are red. So some of you guys might like the red, but I've been in Speeds where they have this, and also 09 GT Mazda 3s that have this, and these look so much better. So today we're going to be pulling the instrument cluster out of the Mazda Speed 3, which is quite easy. I'll show you guys how to do that. And then I'm going to be trying my best to not destroy it, or I am screwed. What the objective that I'm going to try and do here today is not pull these out of the motor. I've read a forum that someone's done this, and they'll pull this out of the motor, they'll put it back in, and it'll be kind of all janky. We're gonna try our best. So let's go ahead and get started by pulling apart the car and getting the instrument cluster right out. Trim popping tool and a screwdriver. Now I've done this before, but I didn't do it in the best way, so we'll see how she goes. So first step is removing the decoration trim. That is done and good. I don't know why we really need to remove that, but I followed in a tutorial. So trim popping tool goes around this corner here. Go ahead, try your best to pop this off. They call it a trim popping tool, but it don't pop. Okay, she's mint. That's all we wanted to do here. So once you're done that, go ahead, move to the top of this piece. I'm gonna have to move this down. So if you can pinch it along here. Okay, cool. Now that's done. This part gets a little bit more tricky. Now you gotta remove basically this whole rim that goes around it. I don't know the best way to go about this. Like I said, I've done this before, but I did it on a wrecker car, so this time I have to be a bit more careful. One mistake that a lot of people claim is that YouTubers don't watch tutorials. I goddamn do. What I like about some tutorials is that people loosen stuff beforehand and make it look easy, which I've done before. Like Buddy in this video comes up here and he's like, boom. It's like, that's not looking that easy, my friend. That he was able to do that. Oh, maybe he was. Now this should all kind of just, there's a clip up here. There we go. Bet you never seen that before. Pulling apart the Speed 101, baby. On top of here, there is one screw in the middle where the silver faceplate is. It's the only black screw. Go ahead, remove that. There are also two screws in the bottom corners here. That being said, this will now come out. And like I mentioned, there are two clips on the back here. So with my very best clip intelligence, I'm gonna try and take these off. Once you remove those, there is a little guy. Boom, nice. And just like that, your removal of your faceplate turned out well and nothing is damaged. Bueno. Oh, and you can also paint these black. Maybe I might do that while this is out. That's actually a good idea. So there are multiple mini screws around here. One right here, one right here, one right here. One right here. Once all those screws are removed, this just pops out like that. Be careful for your trip meter and stuff. And then that's that front plate. Now, what I don't know how to do is get this screen off. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and pry these off because I want to paint these. So I don't think there's really any good way about doing this. You probably will break these, so prepare to have super glue on them. I cracked the second gens. I think the gen 1s were okay, but you're most likely gonna need to super glue these back on. These aren't really designed to come off. Okay, it's getting dangerous. So I remember top came off fine. Okay, so that broke, and that is off. If you look inside, it looks like I actually did this without breaking any, so it should go in quite easy. So I'm getting this screen off here, and there's multiple clips. There's one clip right here, there's one clip at the top. The best way to start this is start on a side because you're gonna get more leverage. So I pop this and I pop that one real quick, and now I'm pulling it apart. Boom, bada bing. Thank God. Now is the time to clean that glass if you guys want to. But here is the really tricky part. Try not to get any dust. Any dust blower would be a good idea right now too. Okay. So the pin came out. We're gonna go ahead and try and bop in this new one. I think the motor might span a bit. Oof. I might have bumped my gauges up a little bit. I'm gonna go plug this in, see if it still works. All right guys, I need to make a quick disclaimer. My gauge is set up. Now, they look great and all, but when I was first doing it, they weren't. The only one that I don't have set up perfectly is this. This is just off a bit from 0, which is, I might try and figure it out. What I can actually do is demonstrate with that 0. So these two were okay, the pins stayed in them, but basically when the pins come out, it's game over. Even when just taking these out, it's game over. This is such a complicated system with the motors that are inside of them, because your motors basically stop and go to such a certain point. See, if I bring this all around, it stops right here, and it goes, you can feel it. It's kind of like a magnetic. Same with this one, click, 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 and then it stops. It doesn't actually stop the things in the way. This one is still pretty bunk. So this one is like hella broken, but they're all good except this one. So this one was the only one that didn't have, or this one was the only one that had the pin come out, and this is the one that I had the most issues with. So what was going on is basically this was sitting all the way down here, and then it would go all the way up here. So it wasn't staying. Now, I don't know the terminology and technology behind these motors, but basically when I had that happen to me, same with this one was going down a bit farther too. I basically just took the pin out, put it back in, put the thing back on, and I just rotated it different times, and it would come to the point where you could like slide it to your position. So if I come up here, you guys can see it's sitting just a little off from 0. So if I bring this up and come around, I can pinch it, move it over, and now it's sitting just a little above 0. Now I don't want to do it too much, so I'm just going to use this demonstration. Let's see if I can a little bit. Oh my, that was a good idea, because now it's dead on 0. I think these pins must have grooves or something in them, because the different ways you rotate it and put them in, it would set them up differently. So I had to do exactly what I did there with this one. This one I had to take the pin out multiple times and move it around. This one was okay, but you guys gotta be careful with this if you're doing it yourself. Honestly, if you aren't intelligent with your cars, I would definitely not suggest doing this, because I was about to freak out. Now, if you guys do end up by doing this and these kind of go ding, 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 and they aren't smooth anymore, they should be during normal operation, but when you turn the car off, turn the car on, thankfully, I'm lucky that they are still smooth. So I could say that I did this successfully, and I can say that you guys can too, but you guys got to be very, very delicate with these, and don't overspin them, and just, I can say I did this definitely wrong, and there's probably a better way to do this, but I have this ready to go for paint. If you guys want to know how I'm going to paint this, I'm going to put a primer on it, and then I'm going to do it a matte black to go with the rest of the flat black in the interior. I was going to think about doing a gloss, but I don't think that's a really good idea, so because I'm probably not going to take these off, so I'm just going to do a matte black. So I'm going to go ahead and paint these, and then we'll put it back together when I'm done. As you guys can see, it did come out quite nice. It ended up by coming out as glossy. So now the objective is to put all the screws back in, which there were 4. Once you're done that, be careful if you did paint this not to damage the faceplate. It sits into position. I can tell you guys already, all this glossy black makes this look so damn good. I'm straight up, not even kidding with you, quite thankful this came out. So everything's back together. We are good to go. Guys, check this out. Speedometer works great. The heat reading is going up, which is good. So I just went for the boot. Everything is looking good. Temp gauge is off just a bit, in my belief. I think it's a little too low, which it's not a big deal because I have temp right here, which is okay, but everything else works and responds perfectly. So if we go ahead, shut the car off, it should go down smoothly, which it does. Awesome, which means we are done here. Anyways guys, that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video, comment down below if you guys have any questions or comments, and turn on those post notifications. Today was quite successful. The only thing I'm a little bummed about was that whole red backlit LED sort of thing on that gauge needle, but I mean, all is well. I think it looks awesome, especially that glossy black trim around the gauges. I think that turned out really well, so I'm quite happy with that. Go ahead if you guys want to do this yourself, just be careful with those motors. I'm not taking responsibility if you guys screw them up, because you most likely will, because I did, but I was able to figure out how to fix them. I don't know how, can't tell you guys. That's the thing. It was just like, it was like luck. So I'm very lucky it actually still works and functions properly. So thanks for watching. Keep it real. I'll see y'all in the next one.